We reached the midpoint of the 2019 season as we are here at Karjala Raceway, the second crown jewel event of the 2019 season. Hello, buddy, and welcome to round number 10 of 20 of the 2019 Sunoco Elite Series season. Back here at Karjala for the second time that this place will host the sprint feature. Obviously, we start with the feature event 24 laps here at Karjala Raceway. Should be an exciting one, as some things have happened between Dublin and now, which we will discuss in a moment. On pole, Mark Nutt, the PLS driver, making his part-time starts up in Elites, gets pole position, marking the second year in a row a part-timer has gotten pole here in Karjala. For Travis Ultra Autosport, as it is a TUA front row lockout, as William Duncan will sit alongside. Duncan has said that he wants to win this race more than any, as this is one track he wants to get off his bucket list. On row 2, Sean Angel, your La Colina winner earlier this year, coming out here today looking for a great result, alongside Scott Roush, who was only a few points back from Cordell Paulson in the standings. Although that gap is lengthened after Paulson's great performance last week at Dublin. On row 3 is William Brock, who is still looking to turn his season around. He's in danger of being knocked out of owner's points here today. Could we see Brock actually be knocked out of the top 30? Alongside your points leader, Cordell Paulson, starting literally right behind Roush. They will start nose to tail, which should be interesting. Paulson has been leading the points so far. He's had a lot of great performances. Can he keep it up? On row 4, we got Tyler Thaber, the guy who won the sprint race here last year. And he's coming back out here with that Wacko's Chemicals number 35. And he's looking to try to go for another win here in Karjala. Alongside Alex Bignacco, who's been having his breakout year in that 17 this year. Has had some great performances. He sits in the top 15 in points, as Shock Allison has officially announced that they will be moving to Mazda next season. A lot of people very excited about that, and we'll see what Bignacco can do in his last few starts with Honda, although it's being rumored that he's staying around with Shock Allison when they switch. And on row 5, the 2017 champion, Paul Jackson in the 10. I say he's been honing his road course skills in the offseason. We'll see if that comes through today. He starts at P9, and that's alongside the 55, not Carson Bowers, as he was traded, as we welcome back Gerardo Ron to Thundersport Racing Australia. As it has been a few years since Ron has been up at Thundersport, as he takes Bowers' place due to Bowers' bad performance. A lot of people think this is a very controversial decision. We'll have to see what happens with him as time goes on. In this race, he's got a good starting position though. Look back near the rear of the field. Daniel Bouchard and Bobo Jones start from the rear due to problems back in practice. Both of them engine issues. A lot of engine issues occurred in practice. A few people got them fixed, few people didn't. And Bouchard and Bobo Jones are the two who didn't, so we'll have to see. Carson Bowers now in the 3 car. Unfortunate for him, as Monaco Dynasty has announced that this will be their last year in Elites before they move down to Lights once more. So Bowers going to finish out the season in Monaco Dynasty, and from there he's on his own. He'll have to find a ride somewhere else. Part-timers showing up today. We got Mark Nutt and PJ Karenko at his home track in the 49. He starts 34th though. Probably not an impression he wanted to make for his home crowd. We'll see if he can make his way through the pack here today. But it'll be Mark Nutt who will lead it to the green flag here in just a moment when we go green. First career start for Mark Nutt, and his part-time starts for TUA with a TUA front row lockout here as we will go green in the second crown jewel of the season. Green flag is in the air at Karjala. And Willie D gets the jump on his part-time teammate as Duncan takes the lead out of 1. Roush trails in behind. Will we see a challenge? Oh, he's got the nose. Can Roush keep it? Oh, he's so close. He'll try. Oh, got a little loose there, though. He got too eager for that move, and no, Duncan will get the lead on the start over Roush, Angel, and Brock. Nutt, a horrible start, will lead him down to 5th. The PLS veteran, one of 2 people in PLS who has made every single start since the series was created. And he's been making his first part-time starts in Elites this year. Obviously, he's struggling, having to get used to a new package, a new car. And he's down in 5th as of now from the pole on lap 1. But Duncan, as we head into the Dwyer S's for the first time, the toughest spot on the track, and the 71 makes a big mistake, sends the 83 off the track. Paulson's fine though, but that's going to leave multiple people down his inside, take his spots. Rowe and Rahal will try to take his positions. No, Paulson will shove his way past and will keep the spot. Is there any incidents on lap 1? Yes. Shepard. Oh, Shepard has had some terrible luck at this track. Duncan will finish up lap 1 in the lead. What happened to Shepard? The same place that injured him last year, as Shepard will be coming in the corner with a battle with Freeze and Fuller up ahead. And yeah, Freeze would check up. They would connect and Shepard would go around. Unfortunate luck for the driver of the 34, but I guess he's just glad he's not injured. Another incident would happen in the first few corners, as there would be a 4 wide, and 4 wide does not work at a road course, and around would go Gatlin Downey. He would collect the 43 in the incident as well, and Durrell and Downey have a lot of damage and will have a lot of time to make up. Connor got a small piece of that, but he's not reporting anything too bad on the car. He will continue on. Bad luck for Durrell and Downey. It was neither of their faults there. 4 wide is 4 wide. But we continue on to lap 2. Your top 3 have broken away from the rest of the pack. It is Duncan, Roush, and Angel. Brock trying to chase after, and then it's a pretty big gap bound back to Mark Nutt, who is struggling in the early stage of this race. This is a great opportunity for some people back here to make up spots, though, as everyone's trained behind Mark Nutt trying to get through him. And they're all making up spots because everyone's so tight. There is your last year's winner in this feature, Alexander Rowe. He started down in 17th, and he's battling for a top 10 as he'll go around. No, he is battling for a top 10 because Benyako got around Rael. So yeah, battling for a top 10 on lap 2 after starting 17th. This is the guy who won this race last year, and we wouldn't expect anything less out of him. Alexander Rowe is on a charge as Scott begins to battle with that's not Carson Bout. Starts battle with Gerard Aron in his first start in the 55. Obviously, it's going to be a struggle for him to get used to that car, and he'll let his new manufacturer teammate go. I know there were some arguments between Jason Wolf and Jack Halleck about getting Gerard Aron on this team, and around goes Curtis in the back. That's unfortunate. That seemed like a pretty small spin, though. He should be able to get back going unless he gets beached. Unless he gets beached. And he does. Oh, that's unfortunate. There's not even that much damage on that car. Oh, he's got to be frustrated. But Jordaron, I know there was some conversation between Jason Wolf and Jack Halleck about Jordaron going to this car, some arguments, but Gerard so far has been really nice to his new manufacturer teammates, so you got to give him that. As there is a battle up ahead between Scott, Jackson, and Rowe, 3 wide for position. This is for 11th, as Rowe had positions, but he has to give them up, as Scott will get both his own teammate and Jackson. Rowe gives a tap to Jackson, tries to keep fighting. This leads Aron to get into it. Lots of fighting going on here between 3 Hondas and a Pontiac. Scott really giving it his all as he's trying to get through Jackson here. Jackson pushed wide, and this should be opportunity for Scott and Bowers. Aron, not Bowers. Aron will take it down the inside of Rowe as well. Some great battles going on here as Scott Roush is really close to William Duncan, as Brock is also caught up to these 3. Faber is through the 71, so is Paulson. Oh, big mistake out of Angel, and down the inside goes Brock for 3rd. Brock in danger of being knocked out of owner's points. You know he wants to get a good result here today to keep himself in a good position in points. So I also saw Connor Hurley in the pits, and they were related, as Bartlett would connect with Connor Hurley, and they both go into the inside wall. Baranelsa's would get a huge piece of that as well. Bartlett would get beached in the sand, while Hurley would continue on, but would pit for damage. Bad luck for Hurley, and Bartlett may have to answer for that. But with a look at the front, we continue on. Duncan, your second fastest driver of the race behind Brock, who sits 3rd. Going through the Dwyer S's for the 4th time as it's Duncan, Roush, Brock, Angel, and Faber rounds out your top 5 as Faber beginning his hunt after the driver of the 78. Paulson is through, Benyako is through, and Monaco still trying to deal with Nut, still failing. As DJ Curtis is back out on track, good for him. Like I said, there wasn't that much damage on the car, so he was going to be able to get that fixed, and he did. Oh, so much commotion. Windham has right side damage, but he's still hunting for position. He's still looking strong. I don't know where he could have got that. Maybe in one of the early incidents. Maybe got a small piece collected in it, but... Okay, a 3 wide now. Shock Allison. That is Daniel Bouchard, who started 39th on the grid and is right now 3 wide battling with 25th. That's pretty amazing. We did just see someone go into the pits. I am not sure who that was. I believe that was Connor Hurley, just went into the pits and retired. That's unfortunate, as Ray will get through Wolstein, Bod, Schaefer. And now Bouchard. Also, welcome back, Priya McShane. McShane has been absent since she lost her owner's points, and now she finally returns. Got a good qualifying, and was able to get herself into the event. So good for her. It was actually Grace Takayama who was in the pits. I thought it was... Yeah, we just must have not seen her behind the sign. Takayama's in the pits now. We'll have to check out. Is there anyone else with damage around? No. Gatlin Downey. No. I mean, people have fallen behind, but I'm not sure if that is part of it. Again, we'll check that out in a minute. This track very technical, so obviously incidents are going to happen. But I wouldn't say this race is chaotic of any sorts, because Takayama out of the pits now. Everyone who's seemingly getting in incidents, it's minor incidents, as Takayama is now back out of the pits. Willie D and Scott Roush are keeping very similar lap times and a very close distance to one another, while they are both starting to separate themselves from Brock and Angel, who continue to fight for a podium. As actually, we might be seeing a battle brewing here. Angel, closer and closer. Could we see a challenge out of the 78? Oh, he's there. He'll stay behind for now. He's peaking, while Roush continues to keep that same almost like 2 to 3/10 gap. While, oh, Angel is all over the back of the 01. I'm surprised he hasn't challenged yet. He's staying very patient with Brock, maybe trying to force him into a mistake. Let's mark Nutfarron. Okay. He's doing his best. As Rowe will re-overtake Gerard Aron for 12th. There's Sean Ard, continuing to outperform his equipment. Where did Ard start? Ard started 15th. He's dropped to 17th, but he's been so far keeping a decent hold on his position. He's got a manufacturer teammate in the form of the Flagship, with Shane Vincent behind. And he's got Max Anderson up ahead, a former Fitzwater Australia driver, so I'm guessing he seems pretty content with where he is right now. There's a lot of people who could be seen as allies around him. Look back up. Ooh. So Scott and Mark Nutt got close to each other. Mark Nutt looking for that position. It seems like he's getting his bearings now. He's starting to get a grasp of the car, and he's starting to move pretty quickly. But Roush and Duncan still keeping this constant 3/10 gap. Roush cannot close it in close enough the way that Angel did earlier to get a challenge, so he hasn't been able to get aggressive with the driver of the 4. Now, last time around, Roush gained, but it's still within that 2 to 3/10 range, as it's been this whole race. As Vincent will get around Anderson, as Ard already did. So Ard and Vincent are now both around Anderson. The manufacturer teammates doing well together. Freeze and Randolph close to each other. There's been rumors that Randolph's ride may be in danger as we come up to silly season after Karjala. So he's starting to get aggressive. He wants to show that he has pace, but maybe a little too aggressive there. There's your Carmen Park winner, Ryback, battling here up in 14th. Another track that's really close to his home race, but we don't actually have a home race for him, sadly. Again, Roush, close, but not close enough. They're pretty much even. They're on even ground, and that's why Roush isn't able to get there. We've seen Angel's been fluctuating, get close, get a little too aggressive, fall back. This is a very, very technical track. Not an easy one to pass at, especially when the car heads in clean air. Not impossible, keep in mind, but difficult. As Thaber continues his hunt, but it's definitely stalled now as he definitely lost some time last time around. Benyako has gotten past Paulson for 6th. That's impressive. Like we said, speedway guy. And he's just moved up into 6th. He can start his hunt after Thaber to get into the top 5. Everyone wants a crown jewel event. Pit stops expect around lap 13 or 14. So keep your eye on that. Ryback was being pressured by Jackson, but now he is pressuring his own teammate in the form of Roman Rahal, the reigning champion. I should also talk about European Tour stuff because, as you all know, points are handed out for the winner of the European Tour. The battle right now is Eric Monaco is your current leader of the European Tour over Willie D and Cordell Paulson. So these three are all fighting for the European Tour win and extra points. As again, there's that gap at 2/10. Duncan would actually, I believe, win it where we are. This win, if he can win it, would earn him the European Tour win, 40 extra points, and would put him right up into this points battle for the points lead. Keep in mind, Duncan has not won at a roadie since 2012, the track he is good at. We've seen it many times. He's had a ton of pace at road courses, and it's showing again as he's able to keep a safe distance between himself and Roush. But every time it keeps getting ripped away from Duncan, whether it's pit stops, whether it's just on-track incidents and all that. But Duncan has kept getting it ripped away, and you have to think, he's been in this situation before. Could it happen again? We're all very scared for Willie D of what could happen. And Roush, even Roush could just overtake him, as Roush has been one of the fastest guys at roadies over the last few years. I wouldn't be surprised if Roush had something to say about Willie D. Brock down in 3rd is actually starting to close in on your top 2, so he could play a factor as well. Angel beginning to drop back, so I think he's used pretty much all he had. Paulson is back through the driver of the 17. Let's look back near the rear. We haven't talked about the people near the rear of the pack in a bit. Like all the way back here. Bubba Jones started dead last after 25th. Very impressive early showing out of the 07. So we go back here. Is there anyone who got involved? Did Carson Bowers get in an incident? Is there any damage on that car? Ooh, yes, there was. So let's go see. Is there anyone else we should check out as well? Let's just go through. We didn't see what happened to Takayama. They may be related, actually. Takayama and Bowers are back here when they weren't before it. They might be related. Let's go see. So this would be a battle between Carson Bowers and Steven Thompson coming into the Dwyer S's, as this battle would just get a little too far. Neither would back down, and it would end horribly as both would spin around. I wouldn't even consider that anyone's fault. That's why Will Hoyt would pit, not Will Hoyt, Karenko would pit as well. Karenko got a piece of that on the front end. So that did not involve Takayama, so we'll have to see what happened to her in just a second. Bad luck for them. Grace Takayama would be sandwiched between the 8 and the 58. I don't think anyone really had any room there, and she kind of checked up behind the 8. It would send around, and that's where Windhelm would get his damage. I'm not sure if that's Windhelm's fault or if that was just a racing incident. Well, that's what the stewards are for. So they'll probably be checked out after the race. But again, a decent amount of incidents, but none of them are really causing incredible amounts of damage. It's just minor things like this. Bad luck for Grace Takayama and Hans Windhelm. Maybe Hans Windhelm was at fault. We don't know. We continue on. Again, this gap is staying consistent as we're approaching pit stops soon. Willie D is still leading. And if he was just a little bit faster, Roush could get there and overtake, but he's just not there. He's not there. And yeah, Windhelm is officially pit. Windhelm has officially come in for that damage. I'm guessing it's because that tire has gone down and he will get it repaired on lap 9. And I don't believe he can make it to the end on fuel, so that's probably going to end Windhelm's hopes for a good finish. Bad luck for him. I see a battle back here. Benyako back on the 83. These two have been having a nice little bout these last few laps, and I believe that's Windhelm out of the pits. Yep. And Scott, after he got through Mark Nutt, is caught up to the back of these two. Paulson's going to let Benyako go. Doesn't want to fight into the Dwyer S's. Understandably so. The 3 is back in. Carson Barrel. Oh, actually, he never came in the first place. Now he's finally coming in. So, people with damage are pitting now. A lot of people reporting the damage is too much for them. As Duncan continues to lead on. Actually, he's starting to lengthen that gap out on Roush. Could he have been saving his stuff for a while there? Duncan is your best driver on track now, and maybe he was saving his stuff for the end of the run to try to get a little bit of a gap away from Roush so he could try and get at least a little bit of distance between himself and Roush as they pit, which would be smart. He kept Roush at a safe distance at the start of the run, and now he's starting to lengthen out right at the end. Also keep my eye on Brock and Faber, who's still slowly but surely catching up to these guys. Although he wasn't faster than Duncan last time around. As yeah, Benyako's really gotten away from Paulson this time. Paulson's not going to be there this time. Still shout out to Gerard Aron. He's been doing pretty okay. Dropped from 10th to 12th. Oh, Lord! Ooh, he was probably a foot away from losing the back end of that car. That was like the danger zone. He almost lost it. Great save. Oh, no. Roush is catching back up. Roush is using what he's got now. 111.8, 111.6, 111.6, or 111. 141.8, 141.6, 141.6, 141.6, 141.7, 141.7. So, your fastest of them, though, is Brock at a 141.606. Brock is your fastest driver right now. The gap is back to that 3/10 range. So Duncan attempted to get away, but Roush had other plans. We are approaching the halfway point of the race. If Duncan can lead this next lap, he will get bonus points for leading the most. But you know what's important to him. Like we mentioned, he hasn't won at a, quote, skill track since the 2012 season when he was sitting in for Tyler Avery and he won a Mid-Ohio race. That was the only time he's ever won at a, quote, skill track, which is a basic speedway or a road course. He's won at Dega. He's won at Michigan, which is a very, very draft-heavy speedway. But he's trying to show his road course prowess right now, and he is. The last time he was in this situation at Karjala, his pit crew let him down. Duncan is in. Not Duncan. Downey is in. He undercuts. Duncan, what are you going to do? Are you going to No. Okay, so he's going to try and... Oh, contact. Slight contact. Takayama moves out of the way, and Downey is back out. Oh, no, Downey has damage. Downey has damage that he didn't fix. Why? Why wouldn't you fix that? I mean, if you're confident enough, I guess, but... Yeah, that just cost Duncan some time being on the back of Takayama. There doesn't look to be damage, and he's not reporting anything, so... Takayama, just a slight tap there. Next is Brock, who will reach Takayama as Duncan attempts to get back away from Roush, and he is now getting that gap back out. They should be pitting this time. We should see a good amount of people pit this time. We believe from years past that undercut's better. Undercut is better than the overcut. So we'll have to see. Brock getting aggressive. Oh, Brock's getting aggressive with the driver of the 45 as we head into the Dwyer S's. Uh-oh. Don't get aggressive into the Dwyer S's. Don't get aggressive into the Dwyer S's! Oh, my God. You guys don't understand how dangerous that was. Don't get aggressive into the Dwyer S's. That's the terrible idea. The S's is hardly even an overtake spot. Here we go. This time, we should see some pit takers. Duncan's in. Roush is not. There we go. Duncan will cover off the undercut. Brock will go as well. We believe the undercut to be better. Mark Nutt stays out. With Mark Nutt staying out, that means there's going to be no one disrupting Duncan's pit lane. This is perfect for him. In and out. 4 tires and fuel is expected, right? 4 tires and fuel. We don't expect anything else. Oh, we do see that Brock's pit crew is fairly fast. And Duncan, in and out. What was that compared to Brock? A little bit faster than Brock, a little bit slower than Faber. He is out. Is he in clean air? Is anyone going to be coming by disrupting him? No. This is like perfect for Willie D. This is perfect for Willie D. I don't know if anything will go wrong, though. It has in the past, so I wouldn't judge anything yet. I'm a little scared for him. But the undercutters are in. Duncan has cut. He has covered the undercut. I believe through this, Brock has a chance to undercut Roush. He has a chance. Let's go watch your driver to the front now, as it is Scott Roush leading out front over Sean Angel, Alex Benyako, Philip Scott, I'm still getting in and out, Mark Nutt, Alexander Rowe, Eric Monaco, Gerard Aron, and Paul Jackson. So we have to watch now. Roush has got to be in. Yep, he can't let Duncan keep that undercut. Angel is in. Benyako is in. You can see the way they're coming down. Scott is in. Nutt is in. Rowe, Monaco, Aron, everyone trying to cut Duncan off. Everyone who undercut off. Anyone back here who undercut. Everyone around us trying. It did. Oh no, Bowers is. Yeah. Bowers had to pit to his instant, so he's on a different strat. So here we are. There is Scott Roush. 4 tires and fuel. Expected call. And here we come. Roush may beat him initially. No, he's not even going to beat him initially. Duncan's out, and he's got the lead. Oh, Faber jumped Brock. And now Faber's on the back of Roush. Roush has cold tires. This is his chance to strike. And he will. Faber down the inside for second. Tyler Faber coming off a second. Last week in Dublin, he wants a second at least. Here in Karjala, could he go for 2 second places in a row? He gets the second position. Roush slips to 3rd. Brock slips to 4th. Angel in 5th. Paulson 6th. Benyako 7th, Scott 8th, Rahal 9th, and Gerard Aron will round out your top 10. Rowe drops back. That was rough for Rowe. That was not the pit stop he wanted. What about Jackson? Jackson had a bad pit as well. So a few people back here have some bad pit stop. Daniel Bouchard was 39th on the start. He's like 15th. He was 30. Did he take 2 tires? Is the 6th throwing a strategy call? No, he was an undercutter. That's how effective the undercut is. Oh no, Rowe's getting desperate. And when Rowe gets desperate, wrecks happen. It's really not a good thing when Rowe gets desperate. He's a really fast driver, but when he gets desperate, he gets dangerous. Please stop. But it is William Duncan out front. Tyler Faber in 2nd, although Faber looks pretty fast. Brock in 3rd. Angel in 4th. Or Roush in 4th, and Angel rounds out your top 5. So Roush would drop from 2nd to 4th there. Interesting. Now it's just a battle of attrition. Can Duncan keep it ahead? I don't know. Faber won this in the sprint last year. Of anyone who could beat Willie D, it's Faber. Of anyone. Right now, you also have to keep in mind the bottom of the top 20 because the sprint reverses the top 20. Anderson right now sits in 20th, meaning he would start on pole and most likely just go on to win the race because it's Max Anderson starting from pole. There's no one who would stop him from there. But Yeah, we're looking at Anderson, Jackson, and Ard. Jackson has fallen below both Anderson and Connor Monaco. This puts Connor in 20. This sets up Thundersport for a 1-2. That's exactly what they want. Jackson would start 21st in that instant because it doesn't reverse the anywhere back. So Jackson wants to get through and get back into the top 20. That's got to be important for him. But everyone's holding their breath for the driver of the 4. Again, has not won a road course since 2012. It is 2019, and he still hasn't. He leads now. Oh, I'm a little scared. Last time he was in the lead at a road course was Gravis City last year, where he blew his motor. Pontiac motors have been known to be a little unreliable, and it's why Travis Scott has been looking for a new manufacturer. So you know that everyone in the Pontiac garage has got to be on the edge of their seat, hoping that that Pontiac engine doesn't give out. But I'm a little scared myself. Pontiac engines have not been the most reliable this year, that's for sure. We'll see. Iran, I have to give him credit here. This is a great debut performance in the 55. Like, this is impressive. Started 10th, dropped back a little, made good use of the pit stops, and got back at the front. I cannot say that this could be a better day for the 55. This is exactly what he needed to do in his first start out in the 55. And you gotta be happy for the guy. You gotta be happy for the guy. This is what he needed. Duncan has reached the back of Carson Bowers. The gap is 3.3 seconds, but now Brock may have something to say about Thaber. Again, Brock fighting for owners. Hurley, where's Hurley? Yeah, he's out of the race. Hurley's out of the race. Where is Bouchard? 15th. Bouchard's in owners right now. Hurley's out. Oh, okay, there's people pitting. No, that's not people, but that's people in incidents. That's Tim Randolph. What happened? Tim Randolph, desperate to try to make his team happy, would do the exact opposite, as he would self-spin through the Dwyer S's and take himself out into the dirt and beach himself. Got a little too eager to make things happen and make his team happy, and it ends up biting him in the ass. And there's Thompson going with him. So two people would do it in desperation for spots. Neither would get out of the sand. And yeah, Randolph's ride is definitely in danger. Bad luck for them. Brock and Thaber battle for second now. Oh, but Thaber has the preferred line here. Brock went with the wrong line, it seems. He'll have to really fight if he wants it. And, oh, he's still fighting. On the outside, this is helping Willie D. This fighting. Oh, but I'm so scared. Penalty for the... Oh, no, not penalty. No, that's pit road things. No, he's just getting out of the pits because he got out of the beach. So he's not fixing his damage. That's interesting, actually. The 21 did not fix his damage. He was like, nah, fuck it. Just get me back on track. I don't care. And Brock will hold. Wow. He held that for a while, and I believe now he's in the stronger line. He was on the weaker line for so long, and he'll take advantage now. And Brock into second. Roush pushes Thaber wide, and into third goes Roush. And Thompson won't either. Thompson will not fix his damage. Both are out without repairs. That's a very interesting call, but actually one I kind of agree with. There's no point in the fixing the damage this late. Just try to keep it going. If the car can survive, let it go. Duncan, very smooth move down the inside of Bartlett. Oh, Brock, now how will you deal with Bowers? Oh, very tight. Woo-hoo-hoo. Very tight on the 3, but he gets it. And I believe Roush will follow. Brock and Roush have fought many a times for road course wins. Right now, they're fighting for second. It's always been like Roush, Brock, and Rahal have history at road courses together. Any combination of the three, and well, specifically I would say Roush and Brock have a distinct rivalry at road courses because they are known to be two of the best road ringers on the grid. And we've seen them fight. We saw them fight last year at Nahuahuapi. We saw them fight at Gatineau last year. These two know how to fight at a road course. They know how to win at a road course. And if anyone could catch Duncan as well, it would be them. Roush, yeah, let's go. Let's do like a top 20 rundown here. William Duncan leads over Bartlett. Brock, Roush, Faber, Angel, Paulson, Scott, Benyako, Rahal, Iran, Monaco, Freeze, Rowe, Nutt, Bouchard, Ryback, Ard, Anderson, Fuller, and Paul Jackson rounds out your top 20. Jackson would start from pole if we were to end as we stand. That's something he really wants, because if he starts from pole, he's like Anderson. He starts from pole, bye. It is nice knowing you. It's cool to see that Fuller would be outside pole. That would be a great opportunity for her, if she can do it. If she can keep it. She either falls back or gains position and gets some points here and sacrifices some in the next race. Ard would start near the front. Bouchard would start near the front and would really help his day. A lot of people looking for good points here. Is everyone trying to get through Bowers here? Everyone doing it pretty well. I'd say they're doing it pretty well as Bowers stayed out of the way. There goes Scott, and there goes Benyako, former manufacturer teammates. Bowers is known for being a pretty good teammate. Although he's inconsistent as all hell, he's always been a fairly good teammate, especially when it was around Anderson. But just overall, good manufacturer teammate, good teammate, and he lets his boys go. Despite the fact that they're not even in the same manufacturer anymore, still going to be nice because he's a lad. He's just a lad. I do see that Brock was faster last time around. I may be making the same mistake I made at Carmen by saying this, but I believe he's too far. I believe it's too late. I'm not going to let my guard down this time like I did at Carmen when Eric had that really good charge. But as of now, despite the fact that Brock is slightly faster, I don't think it's nearly enough. Back here, you got some people with some good pace. Monaco and Iran, specifically at 139.9s. That's like, it's not terrible pace, but it's not amazing pace. They're doing okay. Better than Rahal, Benyako, Scott, Paulson. Not better than Angel. Better than Thabert. Not better than Roush. Same as Brock. And about the same as Duncan. Although a little bit faster than Duncan. Duncan's slightly slow. He'll be coming to 3 to go this time. This is unprecedented for Duncan, being this close to a win. I'm so afraid. As of now, he's got it. Although, from what we've heard, there's really not many plans for Erwan to stay. This is just a chance he has to rebuild his career, and he's taken that chance in stride. And that was like a 3/4 cut out of Brock. Oh no, it's gonna happen again, isn't it? I think no, it's too. He would have to get over a second a lap faster. Don't say that. He'll do it. It's Brock. You never know. Brock, we know how fast Brock is. Brock searching for career win number 11. Duncan searching for career win number 4. Roush searching for career win number 9. Faber's going for 2. No, 3. I believe 3. Angel's going for 6. Wow, it's already going for 6. Paulson's going for 8. Scott's going for 8. Benyako's going for 1. Rahal's going for 5? I think 5. And Iran, the guy who's been in every single season who's never won a race. And that's an oil leak for the 3. He'll probably just try to suck it up and bring it to the end of the race with an oil leak. But if it's not too bad, then he'll stay out. We'll see. Although if oil's being laid in the Dwyer S's, that's a terrible, terrible thing. I don't like that. Bouchard is now in 20th. Oh, Shock Allison has got to be very excited. Because if he can do this and hold 20th, that would be an amazing feat. 2 laps to go for William Duncan. Another huge cut out of Brock. And an even bigger one out of Roush. That was a 7/10 cut out of Roush. Roush is on fire right now, and this rivalry is going to spark again. Oh boy, I want to focus on this battle. Roush and Brock have had a big road course rivalry in the past. And it's going to happen again. Battle for second between William Brock and Scott Roush. Brock a 10-time winner, Roush an 8-time winner, if I'm correct. Yeah, he's tied for third on the all-times win list with Alexander Rowe. Rowe, he started really well. He did. And then he had a bad pit. He's down in 13th. It's not bad, but it's not great. Oh, battle for second. Into the Dwyer S's. Don't push each other. Oh, boy. No, they are. Yes, they're back. And Roush takes the spot. The rivalry continues. They almost pushed that too far. They almost pushed that too far. Oh my God, is it actually gonna happen? White flag in the air for William Duncan. Has not been to victory lane at a road course since Sunoco Elite Series was created in 2012. 7 years since he's won at a road course. The track type that he loves at his favorite road course. Could it finally happen? Oh, Brock's not done. Oh, I want to look at this, but I want to look at Duncan too. Oh, Angel on Faber as well. Scott has reached them too. Lots of battling around at the end. Lots of people looking for positions right at the end of the race. Angel going for fourth. Brock is there on Roush. He could challenge possibly the same place Roush got him in the Dwyer S's. But he mentioned multiple times that of any race he wants to win, Duncan wants to win Karjala. More than anything, he wants to win Karjala. A track that has been on his bucket list since day one. He's through the Dwyer S's. He's gonna do it. Oh my God, Willie D's gonna do it. 7 years since he won in Mid-Ohio for Trailblazer. The last road course win out of the 4. And he'll go back to victory lane at his favorite track at a crown jewel. Through the final corner. He's done it. William Duncan will take the win at the Karjala feature. He wins in Finland. And Willie D is back! And better than ever! Oh my God, it's been 7 years. It's been 7 years since he's won at a roadie. And he's finally back at the track he's wanted to win more than anything. The celebration has got to be explosive in that car. Roush will bring home second. Brock in third, Angel in fourth, Faber in fifth, Scott sixth, Benyako seventh, Paulson eighth, Rahal ninth, and Eric Monaco round out your top 10. I believe Willie D has also won the European Tour, 40 bonus points with his win, although the sprint could change things. I forgot about the sprint. As we stand, Willie D is probably leading the European Tour. He's got a win under his belt. He'll start 20th. Who starts on pole? It will be Bouchard. So hope is still alive for Daniel Bouchard, but I believe he also has owners back because he was fighting with the 41, and I believe he got it. Congrats to him. Oh my God, Duncan did it. What a day for the 4. His victory lap ensues, and he returns back to victory lane this year. It's not at a super speedway. It's not at a draft heavy course. It's Karjala, And Duncan will cruise into the pits, into victory lane. I couldn't be happier for him. Congratulations to William Duncan. Let's go look at your finishing results. And William Duncan takes out the win as everyone pulls into pit lane. Duncan takes the win here at Karjala Sprint as he'll set up starting P20 in the sprint. Roush in second, Brock in third, Angel fourth, Thaber fifth, Scott sixth, Benyako seventh, Paulson eighth, Rahal ninth, Monaco rounds out the top 10. Iran would end 11th, Freeze 12th, Rowe 13th, the reigning winner at this track. Nutton 14th, Ryback 15th, Ard 16th, Anderson 17th, Fuller 18th, Jackson 19th, and Bouchard rounds out the top 20. And that top 20 will be swapped for the sprint, meaning Daniel Bouchard will have the chance of a lifetime to win, but he will be surrounded by Jackson and Anderson, well, and Fuller and Ard, but I don't know, man. Around Anderson and Jackson, it's going to be a hard uphill climb for them. Ard and Ryback will start together, which is interesting because they started close to each other back at Carmen and they battled for the win with Monaco. So that's interesting. But congratulations to Willie D taking the win here at Karjala. Next time, it'll be the Karjala Sprint and the end of the European Tour and the halfway mark of the 2019 season. And we will all be very excited to see that. Again, congratulations to William Duncan returning to victory lane, and we will see you all at the sprint next time. Ciao.